Good morning, chat. Welcome back to episode 3 of the Powerlifting Offseason series. This is obviously not my home gym. And if you guys have not watched the first 2 episodes of this powerlifting series, make sure to watch that first before you tune into this. At the end of the last video, I told you guys that I was traveling to Canada for the week. And then obviously I cannot skip lifting. I'm currently training in her home gym in the Great White North. And I honestly really love this gym. It has all the competition equipment that I need. It has air conditioning. And you guys know that I train in my garage, so there's no air conditioning in my garage. And I live in Texas, so it's like 100 degrees consistently. So to be able to train in air conditioning that's like in 70 degrees is a blessing. We got all the Lyco stuff, got all the machines I need for bodybuilding, dumbbells up to 140 pounds. I definitely don't need 140 yet. In this video, I want to talk about how easy it is to become a powerlifter these days, especially with all the resources on social media, all the programs that are available, all the coaches that are knowledgeable in the sport. When I first started powerlifting, I felt like it was so much harder to begin because I didn't know where to start. I didn't have like anyone to kind of follow or teach me or guide me. But now there's so many creators that are out there. There's so many free programs to be doing. Powerlifting is mainstream now, where you can go to any gym and see people focusing their workouts around squat, bench press, and deadlift. They have SBD stuff on. They have powerlifting belts on. They have weightlifting belts on. And it's mainstream now, which is awesome to see. And when I first started powerlifting, I felt like whenever I came to any gym, like people would just kind of stare at me. Like I would have like so much gear. I had so much equipment on, like my belt, my sleeves, my wrist wraps. People would be like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? But now it's like you go to a strength training facility, it's pretty normal to see this. So it's changed a lot since I started powerlifting. And I just wanted to say like, now is arguably one of the best times to start powerlifting. I'm not even saying to compete, but just to start training for it. Because like I said, there's so many resources available for you to use. Another thing too that I've noticed is that, especially in the United States, USA Powerlifting has so many meets year round in so many different states. Like especially if you live in like a very populated area, like the Tri-State area in the Northeast, Texas, Florida, California, there's meets almost every single weekend, if not every single weekend. It's so easy to sign up for meets. One thing I do want to say is I do have a free 12-week program. If you just want to train and see if this is the sport for you, it's 12 weeks of training. It's hard powerlifting training focused around the sport. You're definitely going to make a lot of progress if you're new with it because I tailored this program specifically for beginner powerlifters. I'll drop it in the description. My goal with creating content is to try to get as many people as I can onto the platform for the first time. If you've ever thought about starting powerlifting, like I said, now is the best time to start. Do not remember the last time I benched on an Lyco rack. Got a tempo bench single with 160, 4 sets of 2 with 140 kilos. So pretty conservative week 0 bench press workout for today. So apparently energy drinks in Canada have like a caffeine restriction, so they don't have as much as they do in America, which is kind of crazy to me. And I'm a caffeine junkie, so I need a lot of caffeine. So I had a quad shot latte this morning on top of my Monster, and I still don't really feel anything, which is kind of fucked. Are any of you guys like really dependent on stimulants also? I know it's not great for my heart. My heart probably hates me right now. I always look so goofy when I put on a green as my first warm-up. Whenever I go to like nationals or like a high level meet, and I always do this for my first bench press warm-up, everyone's like, why? My answer to that is that when I first started lifting, 25 pounds on each side was my first warm-up, and it's kind of been like a tradition to me. Like, have you ever played like a sport where you've done like a pregame ritual or anything like that? Like this is kind of like a pregame ritual for me. Like I always do this, and I have never changed it since I started lifting. So it's something that I quite literally will never change. I remember one superstition that I had when I played basketball was that I would always wear my left sock on my right foot and my right sock on my left foot, and the logos would be facing in the middle. That's one superstition that I had. Like I always did that. And I vividly remember when I did one game where I did not do that. I had a god-awful game. And then when I played baseball when I was younger, I used to keep a $1 bill in my left sock. I don't know where the hell that came from, but that was one superstition that I had when I was younger. So this is basically like the equivalent of that, but powerlifting version. Boy. I actually opted for not bringing my belt today. I told myself that I didn't need it because it's RP 6 at most. But I don't think I benched 140 without a belt in like over a year. So we're gonna see how it feels. And honestly, I can talk about how it affects my positioning if it does. At the end of the day, I still think using a belt on bench press is a kind of like personal preference. I think that it can only help me. It doesn't restrict my mobility when I'm arching, when I'm setting up on bench. So I honestly think that it can only make me a better bench presser. And I use the 10mm one on like a really loose setting too. So it's not like it's choking me and restricting my mobility on my thoracic spine. Okay, that was supposed to be my top step, but that was way below RP6, so I'm gonna go up to 170. Don't really feel a difference without my belt, but I feel pretty fucking good today. My arms feel like fresh. All right, the goal is to make this tempo very, very strict. Obviously to not overshoot RP6. So I'm going 10 kilos above what I wanted to do. So if I overshoot, then I have no one else to blame besides myself. Perfect. Appreciate it, bro. And chat, that was a pretty good single. I think it was stricter on the tempo than my 160 warm-up, and it felt really good in my hands. And my belt, honestly, the main reason why I use a belt on bench press is because whatever I get to like top end loads, I feel like my arch collapses a lot easier. And honestly, I did feel it a little bit there off of my chest, like my arch flattened and pancaked a little bit. With my belt, I've noticed that when I get to like these maximal effort lifts, my arch gets maintained a little bit easier. So that's one thing I want to say. That's why I continue to keep using my belt on bench press, is I have noticed that difference. Whenever your arch flattens, if you're like a significantly high archer like me, when it affects your ROM, it can make the lift turn from like 0 to 1,000 like really fast. So you want to try to limit the miscues, limit the variables. That's exactly why I use a belt on bench press. Okay, so I'm gonna speed run the rest of my bench press sets. I have 4 sets of 2 on tempo here, and then I'm going to get a sick ass pump. All right, chat. We're trying out this pre-core incline press today, and I've been doing the Panada one at my other gym, but this is a very different one, so I don't know how much weight I can do on this. I did 4 plates on the Panada incline press. I'm assuming I can do somewhere around that here, but we shall see. I haven't done one like this in a long time, and I like how with the handles they like converge towards the middle. Like it feels really good on my pecs. Like I feel a really good pec contraction whenever I have a machine that lets me converge my elbows towards the middle. I think I mentioned to you guys this in the last video, but whenever I do any kind of like chest work or upper body work, I try not to like arch my back like I would normally on my competition bench press. And a lot of you guys in my YouTube comments, like in my shorts, you keep saying that I specifically need to say that I'm bench pressing with the intention of doing the most amount of weight possible and not trying to build muscle. Like guys, I'm a powerlifting creator, like of course, like why do I have to say that? Like if I wanted to build muscle, I wouldn't even be bench pressing, to be honest with you. I'd be doing different things. My goals inside the gym are different than bodybuilders. Like I'm not trying to put on the most amount of muscle in my chest when I do the bench press, but that's why I do stuff like this through full ranges of motion. I hate doing shoulder presses because I'm terrible at them. But powerlifters, I mentioned this in my other video, powerlifters never train their overhead position. I don't know if it'll have too much carryover into my bench press, but I honestly want stronger shoulders, so I'm going to be training shoulder press. And I don't go too heavy on these. I honestly focus going through the full range of motion and keeping it with lighter weight, higher reps. So I'm gonna be doing 3 sets of 12, probably around like 50 pounds. 50s we're taking, so 55 it is. Bro, chat, for real, I need more music to listen to, especially when I'm working out and when I'm working. So if you guys have like any Spotify playlists or any songs you recommend for working out, drop them in my comment section, please. I'm sick of listening to the same like 3 to 4 songs. Literally one of the songs that I'm listening to right now is the fucking American Dad theme song. So I don't know why that stuck in my head, but that's just my brain. I hyper focus on like 3 or 4 songs and just keep playing them until I'm sick of it. Put me onto some good music, drop in the comment section. Good morning, USA. I'm gonna do biceps right after this. I'm American and I have free will. I'm mostly doing biceps right now because I felt like yesterday I had a very lackluster bicep workout because I had to go because I was in a rush. So today I'm gonna be doing 3 sets on 10 on rope hammer curls, and I'm gonna do Bayesian curls afterwards. And these two, on top of the incline dumbbell curls I did yesterday, are like my 3 favorite bicep exercises. After this set, I'm gonna go right to the barbershop across the street from the gym and getting a haircut. Yesterday, I called my mom, and the first thing she says to me when she sees me is she's like, "Nico, you look like shit." And my mom is the most brutally honest, transparent, blunt person in my life. So if she says I look like shit, I look like shit. Last set for today. This is an amazing workout for me, at least. I felt really good today. I'm really enjoying doing these vlogs for you guys also because sometimes it gets rather lonely working out by myself, and at least talking to a camera, knowing that I'm kind of talking to you guys, it helps a lot. I also used to stream too. When I used to stream my workouts, like it felt like I was working out with other people during COVID. That was a fun time for me, to say the least. I love streaming too, and I honestly want to bring back streaming too. Just got to figure out a consistent schedule to have. Okay, let's get out of here, get a haircut. Good morning, chat. It's a brand new day. I forgot to make an outro for my last video the other day, so I do want to finish off this video by announcing my 12-week program. I just made an Instagram post talking about how I offer a free 12-week program. The free 12-week program that I offer will be in the description down below. If you are also interested in working with me, there's gonna be an application link down below. Fill out the application link and I'll reach out back to you. We'll schedule a call to see if we'd be good fit to work together. But other than that, that's gonna be it for today's YouTube video. I'm gonna get started on the next one right now. If you're still watching this video, you can let me know by commenting down below what your favorite coffee order is or Starbucks order is. Thank you guys so much for watching another YouTube video. This is episode 3 of the Powerlifting Offseason series, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.